Welcome back to our 29 News stream. I'm Isla Miyabi, live from the newsroom, and I'm joined here by
meteorologist Belle Tucker.
And we're here to give you our 3 p.m. update for the weather, community information, and safety tips. Now, Belle, I'm sure we've talked about the weather a lot now, but could you please remind our viewers, is it safe to go outside right now? When are things going to start clearing up?
Well, if you mean by safe to go outside, you're talking about walking, then yes, relatively so. Make sure you're still, being careful as you're walking around, but driving, definitely not. We are still seeing the sleet falling down, starting to turn into a mixture with freezing rain, eventually going to just be freezing rain heading into later today. Here's a look at some snow amounts right now. So these are starting to pile up. Earlier snow amounts, 3 to 4 inches. That was in your morning time. Now we're seeing closer to 5, 6, maybe even 7 inches. So we're starting to get up there in our numbers with sleet and snow totals. Now we've got a cute little doggy here. So Sky is enjoying the snow in Afton. So thanks so much, Elizabeth, for sending in this adorable photo. Make sure that you are measuring the snow and that you are sending in your photos to us. When we're talking about the rest of your day today, here's a look at your outlook. So 1 to 3 inches of sleet, tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch of ice. Further south, they're expecting some more freezing rain, so they're expecting to have a bit more ice and a bit less sleet. And of course, with the freezing rain, that's going to cause concern to some power outages are possible with this, so that's could weigh heavily on our power lines, and eventually we could start to see some power outages as we kind of transition into freezing rain, but we'll continue to keep a close look at that. Here's a look at your live traffic cams, I-64, Afton, and Charlottesville, ID1, Harrisonburg. As you can see, not many cars on the road, which is a good thing. Definitely want to make sure you're driving a lot slower, even if the roads do look relatively dry. There still is a chance to slide and things like that, so make sure that you're being extra cautious if you do need to go, but of course, best to not. Earlier today and last night, we saw snow. This is kind of a look at what the atmosphere is doing. That's when we have cold air all the way down, freezing temperatures all the way down. Then now we're seeing sleet, so we've got a little bit of some warm air, but still a lot of cold air below to refreeze the precipitation. But then once we start to see more of that freezing rain, that's when we're going to have that really large warm air layer. So that's kind of to give you a look at what's happening right now, but here's a look at your radar. So again, we've got that mix going on, still going down, still going on out there. A little bit further north, seeing a lot more snow. Further south and west, some showers. Here's a broader look for you. This storm is covering a very large portion of the East Coast. And here's what to expect. So we're still going to see that mix as we head into later today. Around 6 p.m. starts to leave the area. And then as we head into later tonight, should be out of here going into Monday morning. Now, this winter storm warning does last until 1 a.m. Tomorrow, but the real concern is still going to continue as your current temperatures are freezing. We've got the teens, the 20s, 20 in Charlottesville, Palmyra, Dillwyn, 18 in Livingston. Those temperatures aren't going to be going anywhere, and we could even see maybe a little bit of snow on Thursday. This is something that we're going to be watching. Right now looks relatively light, not a high probability. So we're going to keep it out of our 7-day forecast, but we're going to continue to monitor that. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Monday, also a first alert weather day, because we're going to have some gusty conditions behind the storm. That's going to impact your feel-like temperatures, and we are going to be absolutely shivering for the rest of this week. And the concern with the sunshine is the refreezing on the roads. It might look safe, but it's not.
Thank you so much, Belle. Now let's take a second and revisit the footage that we got from Kate and Gabby earlier, who were out there battling the snow so bravely while we sat here in the warmth.
Just a glimpse at what it looks like over here on this very sleet and snow-filled Sunday. I don't know if you guys can hear what I'm hearing, but the sleet is definitely coming down. Here's a look at a plow running through Owensville Road. I was out here for about 10 minutes and only saw 2 vehicles. It's definitely slick and slippery conditions out there. You've probably heard it 10 times already, but I'll say it again for good measure. If you can, stay off the roads, and let VDOT crews get to work. I hate to say it, but I'm actually pretty out of breath walking through this snow. This is a road that has not been plowed yet, so there's actually a decent few inches of snow here, and it's kind of like walking at the beach. You're really trudging through those steps. So I want to give you guys just a quick look at my footprints in the snow right now so you can see how deep it is. At least in Ivy, this is how deep the snow is looking. Now, I've been outside for quite a bit, and I actually haven't seen that many people outside playing in the snow, enjoying it. And I think I know why. It's because right now we're getting a lot of sleet, and it's not that pleasant to be out in. It's kind of pelting you a little bit, and as I'm filming this right now, it's gathering on my coat. You can see that right there. Now, the most important thing in these conditions is just to stay safe. So if you can, stay off the roads, stay inside your home, stay warm, make sure you get into those snow snacks. I know I will be later. And just overall, stay safe. Kate Nectarline, 29 News.
This is your sign to stay at home. I promise, as someone that's from up north, you do not want to be out here. And let me kind of reframe that for a second. I love snow. I love cold temperatures. I mean, you guys are probably looking at me and you're like, what is wrong with you? My jacket is half open, no gloves, no scarf. I'm definitely not wearing boots. I love this kind of weather. What I do not love is ice and freezing rain. Now, that's a little bit different, and that's what you're going to be dealing with if you decide to step foot out today. I live in a little bit of an incline, so I slipped even getting to the spot where I am right now. I don't even know where the sidewalk starts and the main road begins. That's how fuzzy and cloudy it is right now. So if you are going to go outside, you do need to be safe and cautious and take it slow. I mean, just to remind you, VDOT, Governor Abigail Spanberger, City Manager Sam Sanders, and Albemarle County, as well as the surrounding counties, have been reminding people to not be on the road. But if you must, you need to make sure that you have the proper gear, the right car to be on the road, and you need to take it slow. This is not like driving on a normal sunny day. So let me show you what I'm dealing with right now. I'm on 5th Street, right near the Wegmans, and it seems like stuff was plowed, but right now the ice and the freezing rain are on top of it, so it's kind of covering it up and it's making it extra slippery. I have seen some people on the road. I've seen fire trucks, I've seen police cars, I've seen pickup trucks. I've also actually seen some runners and some walkers outside, and when I happened to pull them to the side, they said life doesn't stop for them. They actually want to enjoy this weather because they don't get to experience it very often. So I'm going to give 2 claps for them because I respect that. I love people that try something new, even if they're hating it every second. But just also to remind you, we will still have continuing team coverage. We will have our 29 News reporter, Jeanette Hastings and Kendall Hansen, with bigger stories going on around 6 o'clock. I mean, as you can see, I put my hand over my eyes because the freezing rain is coming down, you guys. I also see a lot of emergency units on my left right now. But we will have more continuing coverage. I mean, just to put it in perspective for you how cold it is, because I'm not a great example, we put our heat on 78 degrees at our station. It still is enough to make our 29 News reporter, Jeanette Hastings, freeze. Okay, so she is not enjoying her time right now. Our Southern Belle, Avery Davis, she's staying optimistic about it. Jackson Chalk's from Ohio, so he's kind of used to this as well as I am. And then Kendall Hansen and Kate Nectarline, they're trying to stay positive, but deep down, they're not having the best time, you guys. But we are out here, so you do not have to be. So if you can, get a warm cup of hot chocolate, watch your favorite shows. I mean, in my area, we still have power, so enjoy that because the future is very unforeseeable. So enjoy what you can right now. We're still going to have team coverage. You can check back in on the 29 News website and 29news.com. For now, Gabby Womack, 29 News.
Thanks so much again, Kate and Gabby. I also love seeing people out playing in the snow. And speaking of, Belle and I were out there earlier trying to get the latest clips of the weather for you, and I took a nasty tumble, not outside, but coming back inside. So we want to go back and make a quick little summary of the most important safety tips, and I'm adding a new one. Make sure your boots don't have snow on them before you start running down a hallway. It hurts. All right, so starting with pedestrian safety, as we've touched on a couple of times, make sure you stay out of the street. Wear the bright and reflective colors and pay extra close attention to your surroundings because, again, the snow muffles the sounds. It makes it harder to hear. You also want to make sure you're dressing warmly, lots of layers. Frostbite is scary, and you also don't want to catch a cold. We want you guys to enjoy the weather, but please enjoy it from the safety of your own home. And again, avoid driving, but if you absolutely have to, make sure you significantly slow down. Increase the following distance between you and another car, because it's not so much the snow, but it's the ice you gotta watch out for both the roads and for hallways too, apparently. And again, for home safety, you wanna keep space heaters and candles. You wanna make sure that you're monitoring those and keep them away from anything flammable. And again, going back to car, you want to make sure it's fully stocked with your emergency kit that Belle and I learned we have to make.
Yes.
And then again, ensure proper ventilation for fireplaces and make sure that your fire alarms and carbon monoxide detectors are up to date. And most importantly, keep checking in on your neighbors, be a good neighbor and help shovel. And speaking of roads, let's take a quick look at what's going on outside. Looks pretty empty this time. We've seen a few cars pass by, but now it's finally, the roads are starting to look clear too. And if we take a look right outside, you can see not much has changed in the last
stream. A little bit less, like worse conditions for the roads for right outside here, but
it's just the ice.
At least it's empty.
Yes, it's empty for now. And those are your 3 p.m. updates. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again. Again, I'm Isla Miyabi for 29 News. Thank you so much for an amazing first day streaming.
And we'll see you again. I'll see you again at 4.